Hello everybody and welcome back. And now, before we continue to the EtherCap, which is another tool for the man in the middle, which I will show briefly, let us see what else we can do with our man in the middle framework tool. So there are a bunch of other options as well. We will not cover all of them, of course, but I just want to show you some of the things that you can do in order to specify your attack more detailed, or in order to perform some different type of the attack. So what we did cover how to spoof with both ARP and DNS. We were redirecting the DNS queries to some other websites. We were also performing the captive portal attacks, where we redirected all of the websites to the captive portal, which was running the vulnerable or the evil code, which was redirecting people to hook their browsers to our Beef framework. We were also performing some of the HSTS attacks, which was SSL strip attack. But let's see what else we can perform in this tool. So let's see something perhaps funny. For example, here you have the replaces images with a random one from specified directory. So you can specify this, for example, and it will load plugin image randomizer, and you need to specify after that image -dir, and then the directory where you have some images stored. And it will, change all of the pictures on that website from your directory pictures, and everyone on the local network will be seeing the website with different pictures. Now that is something that you can do. For example, I would show you, but I don't really have the folder with pictures right here. But there is another thing we can do. So for example, another funny thing is Upside Downternet, which loads plugin Upside Downternet, which flips images 180 degrees. So we can try that one out, since we don't need anything besides that. Let's see what else we can add in order to make our attack better. So let's, for example, add this, which is the screenshotter right here. Use HTML to render an accurate screenshot of clients' browsers. So let's see if this will work. Now, I used this before. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Let's see if it will work now. So what we will use is basically these two options. We need to specify screen, and then after that interval and seconds. So let's see how that would look like. We clear the page and we type, as usual, mitmf.py, then -i, and then the ETH0, which is our network interface. After that we specify spoof and then ARP. You will most likely always be using ARP spoofing, since you cannot perform man in the middle attack without it. After that, what we want to use, I believe it is Upside Downternet. Well, that could be a problem. Let us copy it. Or you know what, we can actually do it like this. So we can open up another terminal, and here we can go to the mitmf and then mitmf --help, and we will find those two plugins. I believe they were somewhere towards the top. Now this is also one interesting plugin, injects a JavaScript keylogger into clients' web pages. So this is basically a keylogger that will be injected into vulnerable web pages, and then you will be able to capture keystrokes. But we will not be doing that right now. We will only use these two, which is the screen interval and then the image randomizer, which is right here. Or not the image randomizer, the Upside Downternet. It will flip all of the images on the current web page. So let us start typing it. Let me just go down here. So mitmf -i ETH0 spoof ARP. We already covered all of this. So gateway 192.168.1.1, then Upside Downternet, and then we also specify the screen, and then let me see how it goes. Screen, and then after that interval. So -- interval. And let's set that to 20 seconds, for example. And I believe we specified everything we need. Now, let's see the target that we will be using is our good old website, which is this one. So if we refresh it right here, It doesn't have much pictures, but it does have some of them. So as you can see right here, this picture right here is also a picture. And let's actually run this. So it loads the default banner, it loads all of the plugins, and right now, if we try to reload this page, let's see if this will work. We can see this picture right here, which is in the name, is flipped. So let's see, this one is flipped, as we can see that 2019 is flipped, this one didn't. Now, most of these, as we can see, this one did, so this is the picture that flipped as well. We can see it doesn't really work on all of the pictures, but some of them did flip. Let me just see if there is anything else that flipped. Okay, so that would probably be about it. Now, some of them did and some of them didn't. We can try to render the page once again. Maybe some of the others will flip as well, but it doesn't matter. This is just a little some fun thing that you can do while performing the attack. You can fool around with some people. So nothing else flipped. This is the picture that did flip. This one as well right here. So that's a fun thing to do. Now let's see another thing that could be more useful, which is this one. Saved screenshot to 192.168.1.2, and this is the name of the screenshot. So let's actually see if we were really able to capture any screenshots. So let's close this. Now I'm not really sure where exactly are these pictures. It could be in logs, so let's check right there. And here they are. We captured actually 5 different pictures, and let's actually open some of them. Now we will go to the folders, and then we go to the root directory, and then we will go to the MITMF directory and then logs and see what kind of screenshots we were able to capture. Now let's go to the, let me just see, home. We know, well, I do not want to go right here. Where I want to go is to the computer, and then from the computer I want to go to the root directory. Let me just find it right here. Then we go to the MITMF right here, to the logs, and here are the pictures. So we open one of them, for example, and we can see if it were to open. So let's see if this picture will open. Okay, there it is. We can see that we successfully managed to capture a screenshot from the target's browser. So this could be very interesting. You could capture all kinds of stuff with Screenshotter. As I said, it will only work on HTTP websites and on HTTPS websites while performing SSL. Now in this case we didn't perform SSL, we were attacking an HTTP website. So we can see that we successfully captured a couple of screenshots on each 20 seconds. We can also see this image that was flipped on the target's browser. So this attack successfully worked. Now let me see, since I don't really need this, let me open a terminal from here and let me delete. Or I will just delete it later since it has some weird names, no sense to delete it right now. And we can see that we successfully captured screenshots and also we successfully flipped images on target's browser. Now this is not the only thing you can do with this, of course, and this is just some fun things that you can perform. So let's see what else we can do. We will not be running any more attacks. I just want to show you that there are other things you can do as well. Such as, for example, I believe you can run a shell shock attack with this tool using this command right here. So MITMF, then E for the interface. Then right now what you want to use is spoof, and then spoof, and then DHCP, and you can use shell shock. And right here I believe you need to specify a command. So for example, hello. And you will be able to run the shell shock attack, which we covered even before briefly. Now shell shock, as I said before, basically it is a bug. It is widely known in the Unix bash shell, It was discovered, I believe, in 2014 or something like that. It allows an attacker to cause vulnerable versions of bash to execute arbitrary commands. So this can allow an attacker to gain unauthorized access to a computer system. So that is also something you can take a look at. You can also take a look at the keylogger that I showed you before. So there is that option as well. And there are a bunch of other options that you can use right here. So we will not be covering all of them. We covered some of them, some of the more important ones. And you can experiment with the others if you want to. Now, in the next video, what we will be covering is EtherCap tool. That is the tool for man-in-the-middle attacking, which comes pre-installed in Kali Linux. We will cover it briefly since we covered most of the attacks in this tool, so I will just show you how to use the EtherCap tool and what you can do with it, and then we will continue to the next section, which is system hacking section, which is probably the most important section in this course. So that would be about it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye.